What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So some of you actually might recognize this guitar here in my lap. This is the Harley Benton Dullahan FT-24 guitar. So roughly around a year ago, I bought my first two Harley Benton guitars. I was really excited. I wanted to check them out, see what all the fuss was about. And I bought the SC Custom 2, and I also bought the Dullahan FT-24 Headless guitar. So I have already done a review on the SC Custom 2. You can go and check that out on my channel. I might have a link for that up on the top of the screen. And I love that guitar. It is a great guitar. It is a workhorse guitar, and I use it for a lot of recording purposes. But I have not done anything with the Dullahan FT-24. And the reason for that being, there was an issue that popped up. Let's get into it. When I got the Harley Benton Dullahan FT-24, I was super excited about it. This was my first headless guitar that I've ever played or ever owned, so it was a really exciting time. It was something new, so I wanted to go ahead and get all the strings off of it. I wanted to put on the right gauge of strings that I like on my 6-string guitars, so I got all the old strings off. I got the new strings into the bridge, and I was able to clean up the guitar really nicely. And then I got to the locking nut, and that's where the issue started. So I got, I think, the 5th string, the 6th string, and I was working on the 4th string. And then, you know, there's a screw in the locking nut that you have to screw it in, and it locks down on the string. That's what holds it in there. So I was turning the screw, and the screw kept turning and kept turning and kept turning, and eventually I started to see some metal shavings come out, and I was unable to tighten the screw all the way down. It totally stripped out the screw hole on this locking nut, and I was just torn up. I was so broken up about this and so upset about it. So I was trying to find anything I can do to fix it. I took it into a luthier. The luthier said I had to find the right pieces for this Dullahan guitar, and I messaged Harley Benton. Unfortunately, Harley Benton was unable to help me at the time, so I started to kind of lose hope on the Dullahan guitar. And it was right then when I would say probably a miracle happened. I discovered a brand out of Australia called Apollo Guitar Parts. And Apollo Guitar Parts makes a specialty locking nut just for the Dullahan Harley Benton guitars. And instead of 6 different pieces, there is only 1 piece, and it is a lot sturdier of metal. But I guess when you buy a $300 guitar, it's on the cheaper side, so you gotta expect some cheaper hardware. The Dullahan FT-24 from Harley Benton comes with an alder body, keeping things nice and lightweight actually while you're up on stage. Both the neck and the fretboard are maple, and something that I really like about having the maple on this guitar, and yes, it is purely aesthetic and it is just personal preference, but I love having the contrast between the light fretboard and the dark body versus the dark body and dark fretboard, which is on the other option of Dullahan, so if you do like that, that is available as well. The neck shape is a modern C shape with a 25.5-inch scale length. There is a 5-way selector switch for the pickups, a tone knob, a volume knob, and the pickups are the Roswell HAF Alnico 5 humbuckers. And of course, for the locking nut, I have the Apollo Guitar Parts locking nut for the Dullahan guitars from Harley Benton. And if you do end up getting any of the Dullahan guitars, I completely recommend getting the Apollo locking nut. Save yourself some issues, some time, and some stress, and go out and get that. I guess the big question is, do I like the Dullahan FT-24 from Harley Benton? You know, at the beginning, no, I did not like this guitar. I was really discouraged from it, especially with the locking nut stripping out on the first guitar string. That really messed with me and really discouraged me from wanting to play this. But as soon as I got the new Apollo locking nut in this guitar, it was a lot more fun to play this guitar. It felt great. I really like the modern C-shaped neck because I'm used to that from a lot of my Schecters, and the maple neck just feels good. I'm not sliding everywhere or not sticking too much. And even the Roswell pickups sound really good in my own opinion. So the Harley Benton guitars, they are cheap enough to be awesome project guitars. They are cheap enough to where you can invest money in some other hardware or some new pickups if you want and really make something truly special. So do I recommend the Dullahan FT-24 to anyone that is looking to buy it? I only recommend the Dullahan guitar if you buy the Apollo locking nut with it, because that is what made this guitar worth it for me. For those of you wondering about the tuning stability on the Dullahan FT-24, well, for me, I set this guitar down on a guitar stand for a couple of weeks and I picked it back up and the tuning was exactly where I left it. So I think that speaks volumes on the tuning stability of the Dullahan FT-24, and I think everything on this guitar worked amazing. It sounded amazing, it felt amazing, and for the price point of $300, you cannot beat it. The only thing that gave me fits was the locking nut that was originally on the Dullahan FT-24. So like I said, if you do get this guitar, make sure you get the Apollo locking nut with it. If you're wanting to get your hands on the Dullahan FT-24, I will have the link for that and the Apollo locking nut down in the description below. If you're enjoying my videos in any way, shape, or form, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. My name is Chris with High Impact Audio, and I will see you guys next time.